let's say Infosys person, whoever have joined before 2000 with 10 years, 5 years experience,
Mm.
in 1 or 2 years, they will be definitely sent.
Thank you, Prasanjit, for doing this. Really means a lot to me and my UDJ community. I'm so happy and I love it. We talked yesterday on the phone, and you're like super confident, wanting to help others and wanting to share your journey. So I'm excited. You're actually the first one on my channel who actually got a visa, H1B visa from India, and and is in United States. So I'm so curious and wanting to know your journey. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I love it. Let's do a quick round of intro. Like, where are you from? What do you do? And where are you right now?
Yeah, so my name is Prasenjit. I have been working with Indian multinational company almost in the IT sector around 15 years
Mm.
overall in multiple companies. I have been to US previously from my previous companies. Like I have traveled a lot. Like in India, I have worked in multiple cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, and
Yeah.
then I have worked in UK, United Kingdom. Then USA, I have been to Houston previously from my previous companies.
Wow. Like, so what do you do? As in, what's your role in the company?
Yeah, I'm working in a Indian multinational, and I am deputed here to work in one of the biggest telecom provider in US.
Mm.
I won't say the name because
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
confidentiality is there.
Yeah.
So mostly I work as a backend database engineer. Works mostly in different type of backend technologies in database like Oracle, then SQL Server, big data.
So do you have people report to you?
In India, when I was there, not necessarily report. Reporting always happens to the manager level.
Right.
I am
Okay.
not in the manager level, but
Yeah.
always I supervise. Like previously, I used to supervise around 15 to 20 people in multiple
Wow.
projects.
Yeah. Nice.
Now, mostly in US, it is like independent.
And the company which sent you here is Infosys, right? Like we can say that company's name, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah. Okay. So for all the Infosys people, this is your hope
yeah.
if you're watching it. Okay, awesome. So how did H1B conversation happen? Did you go to your manager, or your manager is like, hey, we want to send you? How does that work? Like, how does that whole conversation happens?
So normally I changed clients
Okay.
in the Infosys. I have been in Infosys for 6 years now.
Yeah.
So I worked for first 4 years in some client. From there, this process started like raising the visa and all. It's like I have been having like around 11, 12 of experience by then.
Mm,
So they are preferring candidates who have experience because it's like a client facing role, obviously.
right. Got it.
So yeah,
So do
like
you have to do that, or like is it usually the manager and the company decides, or do you have to push like, hey, I want to like, is there any opportunity for me? How does it work?
I'll tell you the segment of the IT industry. I have been in 15 years, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people who are joining around 2000, okay,
Mm,
they had a easy go because their opportunities were too many and
right.
people were too less. Let's say Infosys person, whoever have joined before 2000 with 10 years, 5 years experience,
Mm.
in 1 or 2 years, they will be definitely sent.
Oh,
Nowadays,
wow.
situation is little difficult,
Okay.
so the jobs are scarce.
So once the process starts, like they filed your H1B, is that, and then you submit all your documentation. Like, what kind of like, is there anything you have to do, or is it just everything basically taken care of lawyer team, which you guys have?
No, no. Like first time it was filed for me on 2009. That time the visa it was still Trump's era. Like I uploaded all the necessary documents whichever I am being
Mm.
asked for. That time somehow the visa got rejected.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
due to various reasons, I don't want to.
Rejected or not picked in lottery,
It was picked in lottery,
and then
but
got rejected.
yes, and then it was rejected.
Wow, this is interesting. Wow.
In
Okay.
USCIS website, you will see that case is approved or case is
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
rejected.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, that case was rejected. I don't know the
Oh,
exact reason.
yeah.
Many of our colleagues, that was approved, but
Okay.
few of us, like many of my managers also and all those things, they got rejected due to some reason. So
Right.
next year again it was filed. Again it was picked in lottery. So I'm like a success in lottery, and
Right. Yeah, yeah. So second time
so
again in 2020, you put it in lottery, picked
it
it up.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was, case was approved,
Yeah.
and stamping was indefinitely delayed.
Yeah, so let me just kind of break it down for the people who are like super new to this whole process. So it and sounds like it's very similar to how it is in United States as well. They collect all your documents, legal team, etc. They do all the processing stuff. Then if the lottery gets picked up, then there's this whole approving process from US side. USCIS does it, and then if it gets approved, then comes the interview part. In your case, obviously 2020, because it was COVID and it got delayed because we don't know when the slots were going to open up and the traveling bans were there, so things like that happened. So now, like, how did you prepare for interview?
I have done interview two times previously when
Oh,
I
right, right,
was
right.
in US previously, right?
Yeah.
So during that time, twice I have been through stamping process. So
Same
little bit,
H1B? Same
it
H1?
was H1B. So mostly there is a difference. Like when you are from this big Indian MNC, the
Yeah.
interviews are little easier.
Hmm.
But if you are from a small company or a contracting company, interviews are difficult little
Hmm.
bit because you get too many questions. I have
Hmm.
personally seen whoever standing before me, maybe from some smaller companies, they get much questions.
And obviously, you came with your wife and kid,
Yeah,
right? So they came on H4. So
yes.
was their application filed along with you, or was it separate application?
No, it was together. So our company is like send the dependents along with us. For me, H1, and for them, H4 visas were
So
raised.
even your kid has to have an visa, right? So
Yes,
it's H4. Okay.
yes.
Okay. So you went, obviously, you went with your kid and wife. All of them were together. What, what questions did they ask you? And did they ask any other questions to your wife? Or was it all just you?
Mostly, I was being asked questions. So my questions were like, what is your roles and responsibilities? What is your client name? What will be your salary?
Mm,
How long will you be working? Like
okay.
standard question. But previously, whoever was attending before me, I saw that she has been getting questions like, what will be your role? What will be what we exactly work you will be doing? So she had to
Right.
explain a
A
lot.
lot. Okay.
Yes.
So why do you think yours was like easy? Just because they like you? Is like, oh, he seems nice person.
No, I think maybe your profile and which company I am coming from. Like
Okay. Yeah,
that
yeah,
might
yeah.
have, because like for India, like like 4 5 big companies are there,
Right. 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 Right.
so they have like a leeway.
So after your questions, did they ask any question to your wife or no?
Like what like she will be doing as like,
Okay.
so mostly like homemaker and all
Homemaker. Okay.
like that. You just tell basic, and for kids that they will be asking like, well, how old is your kid and all those.
So obviously, right then they take your passport. That basically means it's approved. They tell you that it's approved, and
Yes, they will take the passport, they will explain the visa rules and your like legal rights in US,
hmm.
and then they will tell your visa will be approved.
What about expenses? So obviously you're going with your family. I mean, with student, it's so different, right? Like a lot of my population is student population, so it's a little different because they are coming for education. Now you are coming to kind of settle your life, and plus you're bringing your kid. You have to find a school. You have to find like your apartment with your wife, and your wife is not working, so you're the son only person who's providing for the family. How about like money part? Like how financially, how did you prepare? Like did you get like a forex card or something?
Yeah, I get something forex card from company with some basic amounts. Okay. Apart from that, I took my personal savings, converted it, and like took some cash with me also.
Yeah.
So having had that after coming here, you won't believe like the experience which I had in 2012 and now in 2022, it is like far
Far different. Yeah.
far different. Inflation is like 100 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was not enough. So during that time, actually, Zolve helped me with the credit card thing and all.
Zolve. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So without it, I would have been in deep trouble.
So when you were obviously on the day of travel, on at Indian airport, did you like? Was there what's the process for you? Like, is there any different process or just basically clear the
No,
security?
I had a very difficulty, I would say,
Oh,
coming through Delhi airport. Okay,
hmm.
I would tell people to avoid
Delhi airport.
Delhi airport
Okay.
because the problem is during the time I traveled at December,
Hmm.
not December, in February.
Hmm.
Okay, all like in India, there are multiple international airports.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
but this Air India, they are like concentrating only few in Mumbai and 90% in Delhi.
Hmm.
You have a big airport. Let's say Delhi airport is a big airport,
Hmm.
but you don't have the capacity of like and like 10,000 people are coming
Yeah.
every night
For
within
sure.
that
Yeah.
short span of time between like 10
Yeah.
o'clock to 3 o'clock in the night. You
Right.
are trying to accommodate, and there are multiple level of checks and process. So that
Hmm.
is very difficult. So better if you can travel from, let's say, other cities like Bangalore or Mumbai or
Hmm.
Hyderabad or Chennai,
Hmm.
which have international airports. Those are unutilized.
Mm, right. Yeah, yeah, totally. So, and then for the immigration purposes, did you have to do anything other than like I think it's normal process?
No, like let's say you have a visa, right?
Yeah.
Only like I'll tell about the experience on Delhi airport. In Bangalore, they just checked my visa and all those things, and they gave a like through ticket to every
Mm,
till New Jersey. Okay,
mm,
and New Jersey there was a flight change from Air India to
yeah.
United, so
Right.
that you have to check out luggage and take
And
it.
do the whole thing again.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we'll talk about that too. Yeah. I'm curious. How did that go? Okay. Let's talk about New Jersey. So you landed in New Jersey. Obviously, that's your first port of entry. For people who don't know, anytime you are traveling to United States, whichever is the first airport, doesn't matter the destination where it is,
Yes,
but the first airport is your port of entry,
yes.
and usually that is where they will do your immigration interview or port of entry interview. So again, what did they ask you? Like you came out, like obviously there was going to be probably big line for you as well, because was there or
Um,
no?
it was okay, I would say. There
Okay.
were like multiple points, and they have around 7, 8 people in
Mm.
the border,
Mm. Mm.
and it was getting split it to 7, 8 people. So
Got it.
I had to wait maximum 15 to 20 minutes
Mm. Mm.
for going to the reporting to the border person.
Right.
And like I helped one person in front. There was one senior Indian
Guy. Yeah.
parents, I would
Yeah.
say, who
Okay.
has come but was not conversant in English. So
Oh yeah.
like the person told me, come here and you translate. Like from Hindi to English, I just translated all the stuff.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah. So normally, I would say when some aged persons or someone is coming, uh, try if they are coming. I would say as an experience,
Yeah.
they let uh, like try to like integrate with some other Indian person who knows that language.
Mm.
Yeah, even if you are not confident, because their English is difficult to understand for parents and senior people
Right.
if
Right.
they're traveling alone without
Yeah.
any help or any family member.
Yeah.
So try to integrate with any like working professional or Indian professional,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they will help.
Right.
Like that, it happens. So
Yeah.
they are lenient. Like US, like rather than they finding out some translator, they
Right.
try to get some Indian counterparts and
Right.
then try to
Mm.
translate.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
For me, the questions which I faced was like same questions like where you will be working, who is your company, what is the role you are doing. They checked my I-797 and the
Oh,
visa
your
stamping.
H1B approval. Yeah.
Yes,
And the
so
stamping. Yeah.
yeah, and then they asked me like previously I've been to US. They have the records, right? So
Right.
so
So don't lie if you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
yeah. So all those things like pretty simple, and then they told how long you're going to stay. I told till the end of the stamping. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they just written like they gave a stamp and wrote the date, and maybe in I-94 they have updated it that time. So
Right.
I-90, yeah, okay, carry on.
What is 994 and why is it important? Let's talk about that.
It's I-94 is the actual receipt copy for how long you will be able to stay in US. It like
Right.
the visa
It's
stamping is
kind
just
of your log, right? Like it's log, like when did you enter, and then when you
mm,
like when was your stamp.
yeah,
So yeah, if you don't have like you entered and then all of a sudden when you're leaving and then coming back they're going to be like, okay, you don't have
yeah,
this entry, so it's very important for you to
yes.
check this. So okay, go ahead. So then yours and your son was okay, but then something
My
was.
wife's spelling was wrong,
Mm,
so like how I came to know, I called the USCIS of the not USCIS. I called the border uh, from some site is there CBP site I think.
yeah.
I got the number, got the New Jersey number, and called them. I told this is the number, this is the last name, first name. So they told there was a mistake in the spelling. So they corrected it, and after some time I was able to download. So
Okay.
if I would not have corrected it and I would have like forgotten it, okay,
Mm, mm,
then while returning back, there might be an issue. They will
mm.
tell like this person never entered US and how now all of a sudden he is
Yes.
living.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Correct.
better to be.
Okay, so obviously with New Jersey, you passed the port of entry, then you collected your luggage because it's you are changing your flight, and then you landed in Florida. Was there anything for Florida, or was it pretty simple, straightforward? Just collect your luggage and done.
No, New Jersey airport is like too huge, right? So one good thing about nowadays is in US airports also you will get porter. Okay, because
Yes.
I had too
Yeah, yeah,
many
yeah.
luggage. Okay,
Right.
I and in New Jersey, if you have to get like $6 for a cart. Okay,
Mm, mm.
that cart maximum you can carry two luggage.
Yeah.
The two check-in luggage.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, so I had six,
Right.
and it is impossible. So I got a porter, gave some $30, and then they took it to the United counter, and then they checked in the baggage. That
Mm,
was a through check-in to Tampa,
mm.
and process was pretty simple. Like in New Jersey, you have to change the airport through the like there is a rail connection between domestic to
Mm.
international.
Obviously, you mentioned that you came here, and then the first initial days, your apartment hunting was going on. So, how did you finalize? Like, what was your like? What's your tips on finalizing apartment?
So I told you, right? I was talking to a couple of people through Facebook
Yeah,
before coming here.
yeah.
So mostly when I came here and I had 20-30 list,
Mm,
out of which almost 20 to 25 they told we have no vacancy and we have no rooms and all those
mm,
things.
mm.
And sometimes like in May month or June or July it is
Right.
getting vacated.
Yeah.
So somehow I got to find out this apartment where I'm staying, and then I connected with few of my friends like
Mm.
who are residing here from long time through Facebook we met, right? So they told this apartment is good, area is good, and community is good. There's a school and everything.
And
So
this people you met is through Facebook groups.
through Facebook groups, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got
So
it.
yeah, so if something new city or new place you are going, if you don't have friends or family, try to look through Facebook.
Facebook groups. Yeah.
That will
Totally.
help actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's the rent? Like what's the how much is
It's
it costing you?
like one bedroom is costing around 1600. It's like
Oh
crazy.
wow, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's still not bad. I mean, not bad as like San Francisco, but it's 1600 is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
then
everything like though like previously when I was in US, yeah, I was in Houston. I used
mm,
to pay 900 for
yeah,
a one bedroom.
right.
Okay, we used to share like two three people. We used to share. I came as a bachelor, so
Yeah, yeah.
now that 900 thing has like shooten up to
To 1600 plus
1600.
you have wife and a kid, so you
Yeah,
you need your own space. Is your apartment closer to your office?
7-8 miles.
7-8 miles. Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you commute?
So still now it is work from home. That
Acha.
is one good
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
You like believe it or not, that is the best
It
thing
is
I would
it is
say.
good thing.
Because
Yeah.
initially, if you have to travel, You don't have a car, you don't have a friend or acquaintance, you have to take taxi. Its taxis are also like costly, like
Right.
5 miles will cost you like $20 here. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, I would give you an example. This is like Goa.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
costly everything.
It is costly. Yeah. Florida is like that. I mean, everywhere in United States is like that. So
No,
did you guys did
Houston was, I would say, it is Texas. It is little bit less costly.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So did you buy a car now, or are you planning to buy one?
yeah, after 2 months, I bought a car. Cars are
Okay, so
also
you already
like,
bought a car. Okay, nice.
yeah, yeah. Cars are also like damn expensive. New cars
Yes.
and used cars. I bought a used one, but
Okay.
with like good miles, like 24,000 miles.
24,000
Three
miles. Okay.
years old,
Yeah.
24,000
Thank you so much for doing this. Really means a lot to me. I loved your journey, and thank you for sharing in detail. So again, until our next one.
Keep smiling, keep hustling.
Nice. Awesome.